So what's up? So I told all y'all my name was Lyra, right? So I just want to get into names because we were on that topic. But so my name is Thla Lira, but Thla was really a name that my sister, that's a year and a half older than me, really she named me when she was a baby. But when I was younger, she didn't know who Alejandra was, but that's basically like the name my parents gave me. And then she didn't know who that was, but she knew who Thla was. So everybody would just call me Thla, right? But that's really just a sound. It's not even really a name. It's just a sound. It's just really a vibe. Right. But I still stick to that name just because it resonated with me. You know, like ever since I was younger, like I fucked with it. Like I did not fuck with Alejandra. Like who the fuck is that? So yeah, my family they still call me that by to this day. But Lyra, that's my last name, like my dad's like last name. But I always hear about Lyra. Right. In the constellation, and, you know, it's literally only, it's basically like Lyra, Lyra, like you can literally say either or, but you know, on the internet, you can't really find some real shit. So every time I would like look into it, I'm like, is that some real shit or not? You know, just because I'm not sure, like, you know. So I just really want to get your perception on Lyra, the constellation.
Right. So yeah, how I see Lyra is because even though stars is water, it's a current, so it's actually real, but it ain't what we see, it's how we see it. So that's how the shadow government get us flunked out. But when you go onto the outer layers, out there around those degrees and getting into Libra or the span where Lyra is at and things of that nature, but in the backdrop, it's kind of like esoteric music because it's kind of like relating the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension to the one, two, and third dimension. But in that area, it's all sound because the sound, we know sound is first, then it's light. So when we're going through the PM, it's just sound. This is how we get the megahertz and the stuff like that on the internet and stuff. Because it's you listen to that even, it's like a subconscious nature that make you feel like, damn, I should listen to this before I go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. So when we get into like those energies and those backdrops, it's like esoteric music in some way. So almost to the point that just the astronomers and stuff like that, when they was looking in the sky, this was the times that they was feeling like they was drifting off, and there was peace and things in the sky, like the constellation. It's like a harp or some goddamn shit where the stars are scattered, and a lot of times these are satellites, so it might not necessarily be a harp, but it's a representation of music. And when we start to talk about music, it goes beyond the one, two, and third dimension. Music play out in multitudes of ways, not just music. It play out just in relations. When something can relate in a harmonious way, that's music. When something relate in a harmful way, then for the most part it's chaos or whatever like that. And then it's a percentage level because there's a certain way you can stretch all the way down to, it could be chaos, but have a level of percentage level where you can make it music. So that's like things like extreme hardcore rock and roll and things of that nature where it's noise, but it's structured noise. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it's still got the all forms of music and different magic and things of that nature get attract from that energy. So just by having that name, you got an aura where you're easy to go with the flow with. Even when it's times that you're frustrated with individuals around you, sometimes it might be hard to break that easy. Like it's always a yin and yang to everything. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people may get the wrong perception because you're so easygoing sometimes, and then you gotta show a person that you're not, and then that it kind of be more extreme than the average person that you could just already kind of give a sense that they're not easygoing. So sometimes you might get esoteric pressures because your music flow is a lot more fluid than other individuals because you grew up with your brain being fixated on your name Lyra. So it's all the names puts us in that space regardless, even if we got zodiacs in that area or not. It's all based upon constellations. That's why we can go, every city and state is really a piggyback off of certain cities is even called Gemini land and all this stuff. Not cities, but when you go into these little counties and stuff like that, you will start to see certain different things like Jupiter and this, that, and third. So we all in some type of frequencies, but when you get into Lyra, it's deep because also it's the lizard energy, and the lizard is internal music. You know what I'm saying? It's us and our desire. When we hear music and we start to move, that's our internal music, fires and violins and harps moving around, and we got no choice but to kind of match it with our body. And we start to slither around like motherfucking dragons, aka mermaids and motherfucking goddamn it, centaurs, and that's even in the same area back there with Lyra and all these energies. So it's just bringing us down into understanding that to get us into our spirituality, we have to understand esoteric music, going with the flow with things, knowing how to relate, knowing how to relax, stop building so much resistance and things of that nature, and then having a name like Lyra and Lira and things of that nature, anything, la 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 la, you know what I'm saying? All the music, all that is just the tones that bring us into, this is what you experience in your life. You experience that firsthand. People that's flunked out and unbalanced, or you being the situation or the anchoring to make things balance, but that get hard because it becomes a pressure at times. But at the same time, when things is easy for you and you're able to relax, you're able to make esoteric music, aka make everybody feel relaxed, make everybody feel comfortable, and whatever you do or whatever you got, always match and balance the people or the person on the opposite end of the seesaw. And that's a natural gift that you have, having that name. Real shit.
All right. Appreciate it.
Real talk.
Still.